Okay, another demo time. This time I'm gonna show you the completed enhanced AutoDustBoot plugin. But before I show that to you, I'm gonna start without the plugin. So this is my NC sender that I developed as a plugin architecture. So I'm gonna show you that if I press my plug or turn on my plug, the dustboot goes down. If I turn off, the dustboot goes up. So let's put that back to on. And then the problem is, probably this is not a problem right now. If I home, so pressing for 3 seconds, it retracted. The controller itself, not sure if the gearbox hull or the CNC hull that has this functionality, but it automatically turned off the flood every time we do homing, which desirable. That's what we want. Now the problem is, let's go put back to my work offset. I'm not turning on the flood, so it's retracted, but I'm gonna manually lower it by the knob. So technically, it's supposed to be retracted, but it's right now expanded. So when I home it, the controller won't do anything because flood is already off. So let's try it. There you go. It's gonna hit that. So before I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna click the heat stop. So, okay, now I click the heat stop. I'm gonna unlock it. It's take a while. There you go. Takes a while to SLB. So, I'm gonna toggle this. So, it retracted. So let's go back to the position. Oops. Okay, problem is, I think I canceled the homing. So let's home again. Because remember we did the e-stop and we didn't complete the homing. Let's just, okay. While that homing, we can install the plugin. So I'm gonna choose the plugin. Oops, before it hits something. There's a AutoDustBoot Plugin zip. Select. It's still homing. Install. I think I need to. Okay, it's already installed. I think I need to click the heat stop again because the Y motor somehow got disengaged. So there's no power. So let's wait for it. Okay, there you go. So I'm just gonna manually jog it closer to, because it takes forever to homing on that speed. Okay, now let's home it. There you go. Sometimes that's that when you do an e-stop, the motor, like the Y motor, I noticed it didn't turn on, so it only home the X, Y, and Z. Let's go back to our X and Y. Now, I'm gonna lower the dustboot again. So you can see, dustboot is lowered, plot is still up. When I do homing, see what would happen. It retracted. So if we look at the terminal, the way it works is, see that its issued M8 is G4 for 100 milliseconds and then M9. So it toggles quickly the switch just to make sure the AutoDustBoot will retract. So let's go back in here. And it's not just the homing. I can lower it again just to demo it. If we go to the settings, by the way, there's AutoDustBoot, there's the settings. So there's a retract command, it's M9, because we connected to the plug. So in case you connected on different port, you need to put your, what's the command to turn off and what's the command to turn on, which is retract and expand. Then there's also an add delay. This when you're running a job, because we're gonna, at the same time, aside from this, like, but we'll discuss that later. The retract to home, that's what turn on, and then retract on rapid moves. So now in the rapid moves, if I click all this quick movement, like 4 corners, this also gonna issue a G0 command, which is quite a bit scary. So right now, see here, I'm gonna press for 3 seconds. See that? It's retracted. Even if I type here, it will automatically retract it. Let's say, let's type $H, which is home. You will see it will, actually let's clear it so you can see the other. Enter. Oh, sorry. Send. See that one? Instead of just sending an H command, it automatically send this toggle switch. Automatically, because we installed the plugin. So the plugin basically alter the behavior or intercept the commands and add necessary extra command to make the AutoDustBoot safer. So it's not foolproof, but it gives you extra safety features that might sometimes you make a mistake, but it protects you from that mistake. So it's less damage for the AutoDustBoot. So again, this is the plug. It's even a plugin, so it's not even part of NC Sender. You can just develop your own plugin, alter some of the behavior that I allowed. I designed this software to be extensible in the future, but this is just a simple demo for how it can be extended. What else? Okay, let's actually do a run. So test it. So by the way, this is our. If you notice, there's a tools here, 1 to 10. And there's a different indicator. So this indicator, the border green and the highlight, there's also highlight. It means this job that's loaded, it will use this tool T1, T2, T3. T3 is the current loaded. You can press that long and it will unload it. There. Or anything that you press there, it will switch to that. Okay, let's run this program. But before I run, let me check if I have the right. So let me check sure everything start there. Let me check my Z. Z is good. Okay, let me reset my Z just to make sure. So Z is 1, 2, 3, and then I'll reset the Z workspace. There you go. I set all my workspace are all set up. Then let's run the demo. So the additional behavior that AutoDustBoot adjusts on this is every time we run a program, the way the AutoDustBoot will go down is after the tool change and the first XY, after the first XY0 movement. That's the only time it's gonna lower the dustboot. And based on the configuration before that I show, there's also 1 second delay to wait before the job continues. Let's see and observe that. The first round is to change. I need to move that tool measurement. It's overflowing. I just noticed it. See where the go now, then it goes down. Oops. I think we're hitting the. I think I haven't set correctly the Z height. That's why we set up. Why it? Oh, because after the tool change. So I already have a tool detection. Out of bound detection, but the issue is we don't after the tool change, the Z offset change. So it doesn't account for that. So I might need to look on that in the future. But it's not actually I cannot predict that because of the current tools loaded. It doesn't match on the future tools loaded. So let me just stop that and let's set up the Z height. So where am I at now? Okay, let me lower that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll lower it. Okay, that's good. So the new one should be good enough. Okay, there you go. Let's go down. It's making sound. Something is vibrating on my... Not the spindle. Let's wait for it. Okay. We're doing a full change. Let's determine now. Again, let's observe. So it should move to the XY to resume the job. Then AutoDustBoot goes down and spindles go down. Perfect. So we can pause this now. If you notice, my pause 2 also stopped the spindle and raised the AutoDustBoot. I can actually open and resume this. Unlike on G-Sender, when you pause it, the spindle is still running and the spindle is under the materials. And mine, if you pause it, is actually parked on the Z0. So I resume it, it resumes. Let's pause and then stop. There you go. That's concluded demo.